So I'm sitting here in the dining area with Stephen Jagalla. He is the guest service manager, and he's going to explain to us the dining experience and obviously the dining procedure on this cruise ship.
Yes, thank you very much. So we have here on all AROSA ships, 11 we have in the float, we have buffet form. That means we have a time between, for example, 6:30 until 9 p.m. in the afternoon, in the evening, where the guests can join our buffet and seat where they want. The Germans or the European guests, they like it really much because so they handle it with the guests, with the other guests here on board, and they don't must come at one time and seat and wait for the dinner. So they have to move the seat place every day if they want to learn the other guests here on board, to explain, interact with them, and this is what they really love, our guests here. And we have sometimes on our cruise 2 seated dinners. Special, the AROSA Wine and Dine it's called, where the guests are sitting in a separate room in the AROSA Day Lounge it's called, where they take the seat and explain the wine by our Maître d'Hôtel, explain the menu by our chef koch. This is special, for example, if you have an anniversary or if you have a birthday. So they can have this both options. And this is what us makes completely different from other cruise ships. So they have the option to join us for the buffet and interact with all the other guests, or they can have 2 times per cruise this special seated dinner. So we have both options, and both options are really good for interest for our guests.
What are the different times that breakfast, lunch and dinner are served, and what sort of food is served for these different meals?
Yeah. We have normally here on board in the morning from 8 until 10 a.m. the breakfast, but it depends also on our excursion timetable. So if we have early excursion, then we can change it, and this is the nice thing. If you have this buffet, we can change it, for example, at 7 a.m. in the morning. But normally we have 2.5 hours breakfast. Then we have the lunchtime, normally from 12:30 until 2 p.m. And the dinner is normally at 8:30 until 9 until 10. It depends how many guests we have on board, and it depends which languages and which guests we have on board. For example, Italians, they want to have a long time. They want to sit and speak about the day. It's different about the Germans. They want to come, have dinner or breakfast, and then they want to join the lounge for dancing or for the evening program. So we have, and this is nice, if you have this buffet form, you can change with the timetable, the excursions, and also the difference of the guests.
Stephen, does the cruise go all year round, and which are the peak months?
We normally start in the mid of March, and for the Rhine and the Danube, we end the season around Christmas, Sylvester. On the Rhone and Seine in France, where we are also with 2 ships, they will start in April and then until October, because the weather and the summertime, it's there, and so the winter time is not really interested in France. The big part normally in the summertime, because then we have the nice weather, we have this nice landscapes, and special here on the river cruise, different as on the ocean liner, we have all the time right and left, big cities, big nice naturality, especially when we go to the Danube Delta. So in the summertime there are the most guests on board, but also for the Christmas market, special for the Americans, the Italians, the Spains guests. They love the German or Austrian Christmas market. So this time is also really big part of us, and also the Sylvester. So if you stay, for example, in Vienna over Sylvester, and you stay directly in the city, and this is what you can do with a river cruise, especially for the AROSA, then you see the big fireworks, and so this is also a big part of us where a lot of guests are coming.
I'm sure that's amazing, and obviously considering that you will be touring most of the European cities, the most popular European cities on this cruise ship, is quite comfortable to go around, and it's, you know, like you're sleeping and the next day you're in a different city. So that's what's fantastic about it.
Exactly. The guests can stay here on board, pack the luggage out, and they cruise. It's a small, smooth cruise, and you stay like in a hotel, but you have each day a different city and landscape. And this is what the guests really like. So they don't must pack the luggage again and go to the next city. You can stay here on board and have the comfortably, especially when you're going for Romania or the lands or the countries where you don't have the situation like in Germany or the West countries. So they stay here on board, have the quality of AROSA and joining the landscape.
Perfect.